going up against the #1 defensive team in all of the land, that's not good enough. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Boston they shut teams down. They have been doing it all year. And a team like Cleveland, who has literally one scoring option, I mean one, LeBron James. If Boston can just key in on LeBron and do everything they can to stop it. And they had him shooting a low percentage, but it didn't stop him all in all. He still made it a series. You know, to me, I feel bad for LeBron. I really do. I feel bad for LeBron because I think that he's kind of taken for granted. And you know, EC and I, Kranz, a guy from the show, he does. If you're a new listener to the show, you've just picked it up in the last month or two. You've only heard me. You haven't heard any of the Athletic supporters, but you will soon. The new studio is going to be up and running soon, from what I understand. So you will hear like all of my whole crew. Okay, 97-92 final score. Boston is advancing. But one of my really, really good friends, Kranz, his name's Eric Kranz, we call him EC, is debating me to no end about the LeBron and Kobe, the MVP thing. And I went over this a long time ago, and I won't budge because I'm right. Because I'm right. LeBron James was the most valuable player in the NBA this year. He just was. And Kranz will not shut up about it. He won't stop arguing with me. He sent me a message the other day after I told him. I said, listen, man, Kobe didn't even get any better from the last 2 seasons. If you're just giving it to the best player in the NBA, talent-wise, fine. Kobe should get it. But he also should have gotten it the last 6 years, at least. I mean, if that's the only basis we're giving it, no, he led the Lakers to the best record in the West. Well, so what? He was the same player he always has been. As a matter of fact, he's a little bit less of a player this year. The reason the Lakers had the best record in the West was due 100% to the rest of the Lakers team stepping up and playing good basketball. But Kobe is roughly the same exact player he was last season. The rest of his team stepped up and played well and led to the Lakers' record, but now Kobe gets the ultimate individual award for that. RL Fan 1 has got to take off. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. We had a good time chatting with you today. I hope you can make it back next Sunday and listen again. Next Sunday, 4 o'clock. We'll be right back on. So thanks for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate it. But it just, LeBron has better individual stats in every category. Every category. And I sent Kranz over a message. I said, hey, man, listen. Cleveland did win games this year. If you want to go by winning, fine. Cleveland won. They're in the playoffs. What do you want LeBron to do? And he sends me something back. And he says, Kobe's first team all-defense in the NBA. I don't see LeBron's name anywhere. He said the MVP needs to be a lockdown defender, too. Kobe is, LeBron isn't. I said, okay. So I went and checked out the stats. Well, guess what? LeBron James leads Kobe Bryant in both steals per game and blocks per game, considerably. Give me some more defensive stats. I mean, how else can you judge defense? So I sent that over. I said, yeah, LeBron had better defensive stats than Kobe. So thank you for alerting me of another award LeBron was snubbed out of. He should have been all defense. So then, of course, Kranz, he won't just let it go. He sends me something back that says, yeah, LeBron can steal some errant passes and get a few weak side blocks, but that doesn't make him a lockdown defender. So, oh, okay. So it has to be it's circumstantial, right? Certain steals don't count and other ones do. Certain blocks don't count and other ones do. Is that right? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, so if you're going, it just, the whole MVP thing to me, and I know I'm like a broken record on this, but it's like I'm screaming into a brick wall, and I'm getting nothing here. Like, you cannot take all these extra factors into deciding who is the MVP, such as team record. You know, you can't. If you want to do it that way, if you want to go by winning record, well, for one, like I said before, Cleveland had a winning record, made it to the playoffs, got through the first round, nearly upset the top team in the East in the second round. All right, so to me, LeBron's got that check, you know, winning record. Well, it wasn't the best record. Okay. So why isn't Kevin Garnett our MVP? If we're going by record and stats have nothing to do with it. I mean, if individual stats have nothing to do with MVP voting or the MVP award, then why isn't it Kevin Garnett? He comes over to Boston, leads Boston to the not just the best record in the East, but the best record in all of basketball. All right, he makes the all-defensive team. Matter of fact, he's the defensive player of the year. So then it's Kevin Garnett, right? But nope, Kobe Bryant. See, it doesn't make sense. And that's why I say you have to go strictly by individual stats to give out an individual award. It's very simple. When you start throwing all these other things into the argument, you lose track of what you're trying to figure out in the first place. You can't have all these circumstantial things factoring into who gets this award. It doesn't make sense. Well, his team finished better. Who cares how his team finished? That's not what we're giving out. The best team award comes at the end of the year. All right, when they hand out the championship. What we're figuring out is the best player. So I'm not gonna touch on this anymore. But LeBron, though, to me, I think he's taken for granted. I think because he came in as a rookie, fresh out of high school, and since he's been in the league, we've come to expect at least 25 points a game, right? 8 or 9 rebounds and 7 or 8 assists every game, and that's what he gives us.